joining us today. We are making a macrame keychain. This is the half box knot that we're going to be learning. So just to go over a little bit about what's in the kit, you have 2 long strands of macrame cord already pre-cut for you at the length that we need. And then we have 1 keychain that you'll get either in gold or bronze, and we'll just send that miscellaneous, whatever we have available. Yeah, so we can just go ahead and get started. In these times, we're just looking for something to clip these onto, and we found that a backpack with things in it to keep the weight in it works really well for these keychains. So we'll start by taking the keychain that has a clip on it, and we'll just clip it to one of the loops on your backpack, and it works really well. It holds all the weight so that when we're pulling the string, it won't move as much. Awesome. So we have our 2 macrame cords. We are going to start by folding them both in half. So now we have 2 cords folded in half. We're going to point the loop or the folded part towards our keychain, because that's what's going to connect to our keychain here. All right. So now we're going to connect it to our keychain. We'll start by holding the loop up kind of like this so that the loop is faced towards our keychain. We're going to take it and put it through our loop right here as shown. So you can kind of see it. It's just coming through it. And now we have the loop at the top. From there, we're going to take the 2 strands that don't have the loop and pull them through our loop like that. And don't worry if they get twisted, your ropes get twisted, it'll pull itself out when you pull this. And so from there, you're just gonna pull the 2 loose strands and tighten the loop up all the way to the keychain part. So it ends up looking like this when you're done. And again, we'll do that for the second one as well. And we're going from underneath the loop to over top of the loop. So again, we're going underneath the loop, going to the top of the loop, or the keychain. So we have our loop at the top. We're gonna then take these 2 cords and put them through the loop here, as shown. Awesome, you guys got past that, and that was pretty hard. So you got 2 connected loops here. And it doesn't matter if you see the loop here or the loop on the other side, it won't really matter. This is just for keeping the strings on the keychain. Awesome. So now we have our cord on the keychain. We're gonna start making the keychain now. So how I explain this is I will use the terms working strings and stationary strings. So our 2 in the middle, out of the 4 strings that we have, the 2 in the middle are our stationary strings. They're not gonna move. They're just gonna stay in the middle and be hugged by these other 2 strings on the left and the right. All right, so we're gonna start the half box knot. And the half box knot has a pattern that is made every time you do the box knot. And this is just 1 knot over and over and over again, and it creates a spiral. It'll be so cool. You'll see it in just a minute, okay? So we're gonna start with our left string over here on the left, and we're gonna go over the 2 in the middle and then under the right string. So over, I'll do that again. Over the 2 in the middle and then under the one on the right. And then from there, we're gonna leave this string alone. We're done with our left one. We're gonna take our right one that's on top of the left one and go under the 2 in the middle and then over our left one. So I will do that again. Right now we just have our left one. Our left is going over the 2 in the middle and then under the one on the right side. And then from there, we're gonna leave the left alone, let that chill there for a second. We're gonna take our right guy here. We're gonna go under the 2 in the middle and then over the left one. So now the right is on the left and the left is on the right. From there, we're gonna pull our strings up towards the top. It's best to hold the stationary ones in place as you're doing that, and you can kind of just hold it with your thumb and kind of slightly pull like this as if you're like rubbing it out. That kind of is a good way to think of it. And you're gonna pull really tight. And you can, once you get them up to the top, you can just pull these guys and these middle strings won't move. And that's your first knot. And from there, you just repeat the steps over and over again. And I'll go over them one more time so that you can kind of see again that process. So we are going with our left cord over to and under our right. We're gonna leave the left alone. We're gonna go from the right, under two, over one, and we're kind of making like an upside down pretzel. If you look at it, it looks like an upside down pretzel, right? So if you see a pretzel, you're probably doing really good. So awesome. We're gonna pull this all the way up. And be sure to hold the middle strings down so that they don't come up with the other strings. And we're gonna pull really tight, and as you can see already, it's already starting to twirl. That's a really good thing. We really want it to twirl because that's gonna create a little twirling motion. It's gonna look really nice. And so I'm just gonna do a few more here so we can kind of see what it looks like as it starts to twirl. Again, this is called the half box knot. And we're just doing the same motions over and over again. By this time, you guys are probably pros, so you'll have this knot done and down. And probably going faster than me, because you guys are awesome. After I've done about 5 knots, you'll notice that your strings start to get a little shorter because they're being used up and these ones in the middle are not. So actually we'll continue to go on. We have about 5 knots. We'll probably do about 8 to 10 knots with these strings. And then we'll reverse our strings from the stationary to the working so that we can use up all of our string here that we have. So I'm gonna let you decide. You can do how many ever you want before you switch, but like I said, I would do 8. That's a good number. You'll still have string left over and you'll still have working string. So this step, we're just inversing our working strings from our stationary strings. So we're gonna pull these guys to the outside and pull these guys to the inside here. So now these become our working strings and these are our stationary strings. And so we're just gonna do the same knot. Gonna go over 2, under 1 from the left side, and then from the right side, we're gonna go under 2, over 1. In this step, it's really important to hold those 2 strings in the middle. What I've found also that you can do is tape them down if you have any tape around the house, or if you have something that's stationary that can sit on it, that's heavy and not be in your way. Clearly this is in my way, but tape usually works the best. So your first knot is gonna look a little weird, but it'll get better from there. But you'll notice now that we have switched our strings, we have a lot more string to work with. And so we'll just do the same thing that we did on the top. And we'll just continue to make our half box knot. And you should be able to get the same number of knots that you got on the top. So if you did 8, do 8 on the bottom. If you did 5, you can do 5 on the bottom, or you could do more, how many ever you want to do. I just would do 8 on top and 8 on bottom. You'll see that this is starting to curve too. I'm just gonna continue doing these so I can kind of show you what it looks like when it's all done. It's all finished. I'll do a couple more knots here and then I'll finish up so I can show you what the end looks like and how we're gonna finish it. So I'm gonna stop there. You can choose to do more knots on the top and more knots on the bottom. As you see, we have plenty of string to go. So you can just do the same number of knots and then the same number of knots on the bottom. You could switch it up, you could do what you like there. I'm just gonna pull really tight on this last knot because that's gonna be our solidifying knot. And then we'll end the keychain from there. So what I'm gonna do is just cut off the excess string, and then with a comb or something that you have around the house, or you could just untwist these guys. We're just gonna make a little bit of fringe here on the bottom because everybody likes a little fringe. You're just undoing the cord. And then, like I said, if you have a brush or a comb at home and you don't mind using on it, this is all natural cotton, so it's not gonna mess with your brush or anything like that. Just kind of brush it out, and then you have this cute keychain that you can attach to your keys. If you can get it off the bag. Awesome. So this is our end product here. So cute, and you made it, and you did great. So, yep, that's our ending half knot keychain. Again, this video is brought to you by My Trendy Trailer. And you can like us on Facebook or Instagram and follow us on there. Feel free to reach out to us if you have any questions about this tutorial. We are here to help you and walk you through it as well. Yeah, so thanks for joining us, guys. We really enjoyed having you. Bye-bye.